Hello, comic book friends. Have a small mail call here for you, as well as a little explanation of this mail call of a decision that I've made, which I hope ends up being a good decision. I don't know. We shall see. Uh, but before I talk about that, I will show the first book that I got. These are three separate shipments. They were all small. One had two books in it. The other two only had one book in it. So I got four books is all. But I'll show the first one because it kind of stands aside from the other thing I want to talk about in the rest of the books. But it's a good book. It's a good book. Avengers 48. So this is the first appearance of Black Knight. This book is heating up quite a bit, but it's great cover, beautiful. This copy is really nice. It's pretty severely miswrapped, as you can see. You can't even see the 1 on the 12 cents and only part of the M in Marvel. This is fine. I knew this going into it, right? I had pictures. I knew it was miswrapped. I'm just saying it's miswrapped. But other than that, it's pretty beautiful. You know, little dog ear down here, but for the most part, I'm very happy with the condition of this for my PC. So that's that. So I have a Spider-Man decision. So for those of you that don't know, I'm very nearly ending concluding my collection of a full run of Amazing Spider-Man. The last Amazing Spider-Man I got was number 5. And with that, I only needed 5 more issues of Amazing Spider-Man to go. I started this journey, I don't know, 2-3 years ago, maybe. You know, I've been reading Amazing Spider-Man since early 2000s, so like that was there. And I had a bunch of key issues already just through my collecting. But when I picked up my Amazing Fantasy 15, and knowing that I already had number 1 and a lot of the big keys in there, I think, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to collect a 4 of Amazing Spider-Man. Just backstory for people. It was meant to be a very long journey. Didn't turn out that way. It turned out kind of getting closer to the end quicker than I expected, which I think is a good thing for a number of reasons. You know, I ran into some really good deals to pick up some like a good chunk of books for a really good price, so that kind of filled out the collection and things like that. But also, as you know, lately things have really been picking up. Comics in general, as far as prices are concerned. So I'm glad I got so much out of the way before that spike really hit. You know, thankfully, a lot of the bigger keys I had gotten long ago, so those were fine. But even some of the older issues that weren't necessarily big keys has started to pick up, right? And I've talked about this before somewhere. So the big keys are, since people are kind of getting priced out of the bigger keys, the smaller keys are starting to heat up because that's what people can afford. So when people are buying those, the price of those goes up as well. So some of your minor first appearances and even your second appearances of you know, really old characters are starting to really pick up, and we'll see an example of that here today. So I'm always watching for you know, auctions and things to come up, websites and things for the books that I need, and the prices on them just keep going up and up and up. So I decided that my main focus of my comic collecting funds is going to, let's just get this Spider-Man run done. Let's get it done. Let's get it out. So I'm not paying even more and more. 1, 2, 3 months down the line, who knows? Maybe it's a good decision. Maybe it's a bad decision. I don't know. We haven't really seen spikes like this in the comic industry for old stuff. We've seen spikes for it for new stuff, right? The whole 90s boom and stuff like that. But for the old stuff, is it a bubble? Is it going to burst? Could I wait a year and get the things I'm getting now for half the price? I don't know. I don't want to take that risk. I don't want to take the risk of it going the other way and having to pay twice as much as what I have to pay for it now, especially when it comes to these older books, because older books hold their value a lot more. And that's what I have left is it's all Silver Age stuff. Those things I suspect are going to go up and stay up. Some of the more modern stuff, the specs on more modern characters that they're going to show up in a movie, so they're going up. If they never end up showing in a movie, they're going to go down. But your big first appearances of Silver Age characters, they're expensive because just of what they are and how old the books are and how hard they are to get. So I decided, like I said, I am going to focus hard on just finishing this ASM run. So I did that. I didn't finish it. I focused hard. I still have some to go. But I did knock 3 off of the list. This one, it's not the biggest issue, but it's one that I felt really not bad, but it seems like I should have had it, right? It's the latest. It's the oldest. Say the oldest. No, it's the newest Amazing Spider-Man I was missing. So it's the latest and the highest number in the run that I was missing for a little while. And that's Amazing Spider-Man number 44. I had number 45 and up done, and then the rest of 40s, the rest of 30s, the rest of 20s. It just seemed odd that, like, 44, why don't you have that one? It seems like an odd gap. Well, there's a couple of reasons. One, it's not a major key. It's the second appearance of the Lizard. And as I was saying, second appearances are starting to heat up a little bit as well. And this is actually the first, and Lizard took a break, right? The first appearance of the Lizard was, in Amazing Spider-Man 6? He doesn't show up again until 44. Wow, which is too bad because Lizard is one of my absolute favorites. But also, this book, the spine of it is very, very black. So it's very difficult to find what I think is a good enough looking copy for my collection for what this book is. I kept seeing, decently priced things, but I just wanted a better copy. And I waited, and I waited, and I waited. And it ended up costing me. But I'm very happy with this copy. So Amazing Spider-Man 44, that brings the countdown to ASM 0 to 4. 4 more issues of Amazing Spider-Man. The next one is a lower issue number. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 8. This isn't a major key. I mean, it's obviously a low number. It is the first appearance of the Living Brain, as we see here on the cover. Not a majorly important character as far as Spider-Man mythos goes. He shows up every once in a while, and I love it when he does. But he's not one of those big names that you see in Amazing Spider-Man. It is a really fun issue, though, with the Living Brain and the fight with Flash Thompson is a lot of fun. It's a good read. So Amazing Spider-Man number 8. That brings us to our countdown to ASM 0 to 3. 3 more issues of Amazing Spider-Man to go. And the last one, this one I really should have purchased earlier. It's been going up a lot in value, and it is one of my favorite books of all time. That is The Amazing Spider-Man Annual 1. This is the first appearance of the Sinister Six. Fantastic cover. Beautiful cover. This copy in particular, if I had bought this raw and sent it in to get graded and got a 5.0, I probably would have been pretty upset. This is, I don't know. I don't know why. I mean, it's not to say it doesn't have its problems, but the square bounding is really square. There's no chunks missing out of it. I mean, there are some color breaking things on it, but I mean, it's a 5.0. You can see that in a 6.0 and even a 7.0 for Silver Age. And it is clean. It is clean. I'm pretty sure it was cleaned and pressed already. So there's no question of should I crack it and clean it and press it. I don't think there's anything I could do to improve it because it looks like it was clean and pressed very, very well. So I'm really happy with it because this number in the corner isn't everything to me when it comes to my PC. It's about the presentation, right? When I say I'm looking for like a 4.0 or a 5.0 or a 6.0, that's really just a gauge to help me to get a copy that looks as good as I want it to look. I think this is a 5.5 or maybe a 6.0 and a 5.0 slab, to be honest. Like the person I bought it from, I asked if they had the notes just to see if there's anything weird going on in the cover. It's off-white pages. It's not like off-white to cream or even cream. I don't get it. But I'm also okay with it just because it is for my PC. I'm not going to bother cracking it and resubmitting it. I definitely don't think there's a risk of it coming back lower than a 5.0. But I'm okay with it as it is. But yeah, I am surprised that it took me so long to get this. This is my second favorite Spider-Man book. My second favorite Amazing Spider-Man issue. Not by like key appearance or whatever, but as far as a good read is concerned, it was my favorite issue of Amazing Spider-Man until I read issue 33, because issue 33 is so good. It dethroned this one as my favorite issue of Amazing Spider-Man. But it's still number 2, and it's pretty good. And speaking of number 2, this brings our countdown to ASM 0 to 2. I have 2 more issues of Amazing Spider-Man to go. And I've been having some trouble with them. To be honest, I was hoping by the time I did this video, I would actually have gotten them. Or at least I would have purchased them and they were on the way so I could hold off doing this video. But they're proving tricky. So if anyone has a good line on an Amazing Spider-Man 3 and an Amazing Spider-Man 11, please let me know. I want to wrap this up. Get it done. Don't have to worry about it anymore. Aside from there's 2 books in particular I do want to get replaced, but I'm not worrying about that until the run is complete. So yeah, 2 issues to go. Issues number 3 and 11. That's actually the first and second appearance of Dr. Octopus. And Dr. Octopus in particular is heating up because he's going to be coming into that multiverse thing or whatever. So I understand. And it was just one of those that I don't know. I just never got around to finding what I thought was a really good deal on it. And now they're going for even more. So that's just the way it is, though, right? If it wasn't that, if I would have gotten Amazing Spider-Man 3 a while ago, I wouldn't have gotten, an Amazing Spider-Man 15 at that time, and that one's going for more now. Who knows, right? You can't know. But I definitely do want to wrap it up. So, if you know of a good 3 or 11 in about that 4.0 to 5 range, you let your pal Titan know, and he'd appreciate it. I will also like to say that the number 44 and the annual one I got off of they're just eBay auctions. They weren't buy it now, they were auctions that I won. But the Amazing Spider-Man 8 and the Avengers 48, I did get these off of an Instagram seller. It was Instagram sales and also YouTube auctions. Yahweh followed by some number. 2000 something. I don't remember. But if you look up Yahweh and Connected with Comics, you will find it. But I got these from him. Great transaction. He had, I'd seen that he had these on Instagram. I hit him up and let him know I was interested. We were able to make a deal. Had great communication. He shipped them really fast. I didn't get them for a long time, but that wasn't his fault. That was the post office's fault. These went on a journey. They were supposed to get to me last Tuesday. They got to me today, which is Monday. They went from, I think, Alabama to New York to Nebraska. Seems like a weird path, but I whatever. It is what it is. It was not on him. He shipped them out very, very fast, packed them very well. Very happy with the transaction. So hit him up on Instagram and keep an eye out for him on those YouTube auctions you see kicking around here and there. So that is it. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about these pickups. Are these things that you're looking for? Is this a book, the Avengers 48, the Black Knight? Anything that you're specking on at all? Yeah, just let me know what you think. And as always, and most importantly, don't forget to make yours Titan. This video was brought to you by Titan Comic Pressing. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Titan Comic Pressing LLC.